Climate change not as threatening to planet as previously thought. New research suggests, by Henry Bodkin, September 2017, from the Telegraph website. Climate change poses less of an immediate threat to the planet than previously thought because scientists got their modeling wrong, a new study has found. New research by British scientists revealed the world is being polluted and warmed up less quickly than 10-year-old forecasts predicted, giving countries more time to get a grip on their carbon output. An unexpected revolution in affordable renewable energy has also contributed to the more positive outlook. Experts now say there is a 2 in 3 chance of keeping global temperatures within 1.5 degrees above pre-industrial levels, the ultimate goal of the 2015 Paris Agreement. They also condemned the overreaction to the U.S.'s withdrawal from the Paris Climate Accord, announced by Donald Trump in June 2017, saying it is unlikely to make a significant difference. According to the models used to draw up the agreement, the world ought now to be 1.3 degrees above the mid-19th century average, whereas the most recent observations suggest it is actually between 0.9 to 1 degree above. We're in the midst of an energy revolution, and it's happening faster than we thought, Professor Michael Grubb of the University of College of London said. The discrepancy means nations could continue emitting carbon dioxide at the current rate for another 20 years before the target was breached, instead of the 3 to 5 predicted by the previous model. Quote, when you were talking about a budget of 1.5 degrees and then a 0.3 degree difference is a big deal, said Professor Miles Allen of Oxford University and one of the authors of the new study. Yeah, that's like 15%. Published in the Journal of Nature Geoscience, it suggests that if pollutants peak and then decline to below current levels before 2030 and then continue to drop more sharply, there is a 66% chance of global average temperature staying below 1.5 degrees. The goal was yesterday, as described, quote, very ambitious, unquote, but physically possible. The story is also covered by The Independent, which quotes Miles Allen, one of the paper's authors, quote, we haven't seen that rapid acceleration in warming after 2000 that we see in the models. We haven't seen that in the observations, unquote. The original forecasts were based on 12 separate computer models made by universities and government institutes around the world and were put together 10 years ago. Quote, so it's not that surprising that it's starting to divert a little bit from observations, unquote, Professor Allen added. This is the paper. This is the link. Emission budgets and pathways consistent with limiting warming to 1.5 degrees C. I have a number of thoughts about this. Number one, we have known for several years that the climate models have been running far too hot. This rather belated admission is welcome, but a cynic would wonder why it was not made before Paris. Number two, I suspect part of the motivation is to keep Paris on track. Most observers, including even James Hansen, have realized that it was not worth the paper it was written on. This new study is designed to restore the belief that original climate targets can be achieved via Paris and beyond. Number three, although they talk of the difference between 0.9 degrees C and 1.3 degrees C, the significance is much greater, making the reasonable assumption that a significant part of the warming since the mid-19th century is natural. This means that any AGW, anthropogenic global warming signal, is much less than previously thought. 4, given that now they admit they've got it so wrong, why should we be expected to have any faith at all in the models? And 5, finally, we must remember that temperatures since 2000 have been artificially raised by the recent record El Nino and the ongoing warm phase of the AMO. Given the latest admission, there is every likelihood that global temperatures will remain flat for a good time to come. Well, that's good news. Thank you for coming to Plain Mundane Show. I'm Alex Aquarius. Please hit like and subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. I'm out.